Oh, what's up, you guys? I'm Chibi Joe, and I'm here with another comic book review. And we're reading Radiant Rapture, issue number 3. So they're in the vault, and I think I misspoke in the previous video. I think this is where they attach St. Nicholas of Myra with this storyline. There's like a couple of hundreds of years difference between St. Nicholas of Myra and the Radiant Rapture timeline. The woman is explaining all of this to Naomi of, these are not the Saints' artifacts. These are beyond that. And about that time, the guards are saying, hey, we're getting pushed back. We can't hold off much longer. And Naomi begins to pray. And a bright light is shown, and you see this beautiful celestial being, and she says, the Lord has heard your cries, little one. I am the radiance. And she combines into Naomi, and she's like, now show them the power of the radiance. And just wrecks ass. Her armor looks really cool too. I will, if I can find a screenshot of her armor that will look good, because that's my issue with. I tried doing a screenshot from my phone, but it just doesn't look good when I do editing. The general finds her, and he again tries to tempt her into joining him, and she says, "No, I don't need your pity. I don't need your charity. I don't need anything from you. The only person who has ever believed in me was my grandma Rosa. And she's gone now. That's all I had." And she wipes the floor with him. And then she passes out, and they're traveling onwards. And she says, well, the lady, the main protector of the vault, says, she was chosen by the Radiance. And she's like, well, what does that mean? And she's like, well, the artifacts we have obviously are not from the Saints. They are beyond that. They actually hold entities within them that give us power, and we have to try to keep them away from the Nocturnal King, because not all of them are good, and some of them are easily corruptible and can be deceived, and we can't let him have this power. And so that's the end of the story that we have thus far. There is no continuance beyond that. I think one thing that's interesting about the Radiance, it's like the holy version of Ghost Rider. Where Ghost Rider was forced. I can't remember the name of the spirit that inhabits Johnny Blaze, but the spirit of vengeance from hell, one of the main punishers of the Rings of Hell. And this is like the holy version of that. I think that's kind of interesting. Again, the armor looked really cool. I think if you played your cards right, this could have been a really big series. But I'm sure this kind of a story would be pretty hard to sell and publish. So, I think that's kind of interesting, though, that this is one of their stories, and probably one of the first stories that really started telling, their demon hunting tropes and their expertise in telling that trope, and making things intense. Their action sequences in this is a lot better than with Sunchild, which was one of my complaints. And some of the art was kind of wonky. And that was one of my main complaints with Sunchild, is that it was the art style was kind of wonky, and some of the action sequences were kind of off. This was when they were starting to understand how that dynamic camera of art can work to your advantage. And what leads into them really doing well with Winnie the Pooh Demon Hunter. And I know I compare a lot of their stuff with Winnie the Pooh the Demon Hunter, but I would consider that their flagship. Like, that's their big story that is earning them money. So, anyways, everybody, that's all I have. Have an awesome day and a good night. Remember, support your local comic book store.